I think social isolation is what you make of it. You know, some people are going to have a miserable time. Other people like me are going to have a fairly enjoyable time. We have got, I think, the gravel bike. We got it all adjusted up, and we're getting ready to shove off to the mountains to do some gravel riding. So yeah, it's definitely been really tough on a lot of us during this whole lockdown phase. I think Colorado said they were going to be lifting it pretty soon, but Denver, the city here, says that they're going to keep it in place. So it kind of sucks. But regardless, those of us that own bicycles get the joy of taking them out into the wilderness and going on long bike rides. So at least we have that. I got the gravel bike all adjusted up, and we're gonna head to the mountains and we're gonna go gravel riding. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about social isolation. You know, during this particular period of time, I think it's really relevant to talk about social isolation and how it affects each one of us. And why? The more important question, why? We're almost to the mountains, guys. I don't know if you could tell. I can't tell through this little camera, but they're very, very close. They're like right over there. Whew. It's a long ride against the wind. It always seems like the wind is blowing towards me when I go out to the mountains, and then when the sun goes down, the wind changes direction for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we pretty much rode down here for nothing. A lot of the best gravel trails are here at the Waterton Canyon, and I came down here because, you know, I wanted to do some gravel riding today. I did a little bit. I mean, there are some gravel trails on the way here, but oh man, it really pisses me off because Chatsfield Park is open. A lot of other places are open, but Waterton Canyon is closed. And what makes me mad is that, what does it have to do with COVID-19? What does any of that have to do? I mean, it's pretty isolated up there. Every time I've been up there, I mean, I hardly see people here and there, and you're not even nowhere close to them. Yeah, and they have a bunch of water fountains here too. I was counting on getting some water, and now I've got to ride back without water. Ugh. See, I was kind of born in the wrong period of time. There was a point in time when you could do whatever you wanted. You know, you could come, you could hike up in the mountains. If you wanted to hike to the top of that mountain right there, you probably could have, with no problem whatsoever. You can't do that shit no more these days. It's like they got areas that are closed off, they got areas that they don't want people on. It would be nice to be able to go towards the mountains and not have to worry about this is a closed area, or this is somebody's property, or blah, 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 you know? That way seems to take you out to the highway, or at least back to the highway. We'll still follow the river and see where we go. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out. Never been on this trail before. I should have looked at the map before I started down it. This is kind of an afterthought. I wasn't planning on coming to this trail because I was going to go and gravel grind in Waterton Canyon. But since Waterton Canyon's closed, we got to come here. There's another trail up this way. We might follow that and see where it goes. I hope that's not the end. I was hoping this would go further than this. I really would like to be riding in the mountains right now, but unfortunately we can't do that, so you got to take the next best thing. We'll see where this goes. I'm gonna ride up here and we'll see if it goes out any further. I don't see any more gravel. I think that was the end of the gravel trail. We're back here to Chatsville Park, or Chatsville Reservoir. It's kind of cool. I didn't know you could go that way. I was going to do some gravel trail riding. I did a little bit, but then it brought me back out onto this main bike path. And of course, this is the path when you get to Chatsville Reservoir. So I didn't get to do the gravel riding I would have liked to have done, but I did some gravel riding. Well, I better start back home before it gets too much later, guys. I still got plenty of daylight left, but you know, if something happens on the way home, it could end up getting dark before I get home. It really just depends. You know, like if I get a flat or something, and I don't want to get a flat and, you know, have to be racing to daylight home. I did bring my lights, but like an idiot, I run out the door this morning and I forgot my mount. Most of my bikes have a mount for my front headlight, but some of them, the ones I don't ride that often, like this one, doesn't. So I use my my portable mount. It's a mount that I keep in my bag at all times in case I'm riding a different bike and I don't have a front mount. I can put that mount on any bike, you know. So I forgot that, so I'm not gonna have a front headlight, and I go through some pretty dark wooded areas, and I don't want to get stuck out after dark and not be able to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and head home right now. I should have more than plenty of time, but you never know. Kind of funny, I go for a long ride in the country, and as soon as I get back, somebody nearly runs me over, and then when I yell at them for nearly running me over, they have the audacity to get out of their car and start yelling at me. I am so unbelievably tired, guys. You just have no idea. I hit some hills, some massive hills, and this bike is enormously heavy. Well, guys, I made it back home. I am unbelievably tired. You just have no idea. I wanted to talk for a few minutes about social isolation because I think a lot of people give that term a bad rap, okay?
It's not like most people are stuck in a prison cell where they can't leave. Maybe they're in there 23 hours a day and they get 1 hour of recreation out in a fenced-in yard or whatever. But as far as social isolation, like what I did today, it is definitely much better in terms of being able to get out there and be out in the open and see all the sights and have all the different sensory inputs that, you know, come along with being out in the wilderness and being out in the, you know, mountains or whatever, you know. In that regard, I don't think social isolation would affect me that badly at all, you know, because if that's social isolation, sign me up, you know. But being stuck here in the apartment and not being able to leave for 2 weeks, that would probably drive me crazy. So I guess social isolation is what you make it. Some people, you know, don't like getting out there and going on bike rides. Maybe they don't have a bike, maybe they don't like to bike, and maybe they're stuck in their apartment and it's driving them crazy, and I can understand that. But for me, it affects me differently because I, you know, do like to get out there and enjoy nature and get out there and go on long bike rides. So I don't feel as cooped up as maybe some other people would. In any event, I think we all need to do our part and we all need to social isolate as much as possible, but I think we all need to find a way that will not drive us crazy and find a way that we can enjoy the social isolation. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what I think everybody else should be doing as well. Anyway, I am really tired, and I would like to go on about this subject a little bit more in depth, but unfortunately I can't even think straight. So I'm gonna get ready and go to bed, and I got to get up tomorrow and maybe get some stuff done if I can, and if not, we'll find something to do tomorrow. But anyways, guys, if you have any comments, questions, leave them down in the comment and questions section. Slap a like on the video if you like it, and I will talk with you on the next one. Bye-bye.